Tim Bratz is the founder of Legacy Wealth Holdings, a commercial real estate investment company that manages $350 million in assets across 2,810 rental units in 8 states. He didn't set out to build property management software. But when one of his investors sat in on a management meeting and asked a simple question, everything changed. Brian Fast asked if there was a better way to solve the problems in how property management is handled, Bratz recalls. There was too much software being used at the same time, and none of them really communicated with each other. Most of our management Zoom calls were spent getting everyone on the same page, as opposed to solving problems. That frustration led Bratz to co-found Smart Management, an AI-enhanced property management platform built to centralize operations for real estate portfolios. His partner, Brian Fast, is a software engineer with experience at Northrop Grumman troubleshooting missile defense systems. The partnership reflects a broader trend in real estate technology. Operators who've managed thousands of units are no longer willing to accept clunky, disconnected tools that create more work than they eliminate. For Bratz, the problem wasn't just inconvenience. It was a fundamental drain on profitability. Bad property management accounts for a greater loss in an operator's bottom line than all of the other external factors that affect rental real estate combined, he says. The core issue was fragmentation. Multiple software platforms that didn't communicate with each other created inefficiency at every level. Teams spent more time getting aligned than solving problems. The consequences showed up in missed renewals, payroll inefficiencies, properties drifting off budget, and teams managing by feel instead of data. Small problems compounded quickly at scale. When you are running thousands of rental units, small problems turn into big ones very quickly if you don't catch them early, Bratz explains. Every major feature in smart management exists because we experienced those issues ourselves and wanted a better way to spot them sooner. That boots-on-the-ground experience shapes how Bratz thinks about automation. He's skeptical of AI being bolted onto everything, superficially, and more interested in whether technology actually moves the needle for operators. His approach starts with a deceptively ambitious question: how do we automate everything? Followed immediately by the practical acknowledgement that not everything can be fully automated. But asking the question matters. Bratz makes a clear distinction between scaling for growth and scaling for profit. Scaling a portfolio can mean growing the rental unit count, but that's usually for vanity, he says. Smart operators focus on scaling the net operating income. His recommendation: look at what's already working. You already have recurring customers paying you every month. How can you provide more value to them that they'd be willing to pay for? Every profit and loss statement has 10 to 15% of fat that can be trimmed. How can you tighten up recurring expenses at the property level? This philosophy extends to how he thinks about automation. The first targets should always be repetitive, non-revenue generating administrative tasks. Automating those tasks buys back a lot of time for the management team and allows them to refocus their efforts on revenue generating activities, Bratz says. In business, revenue solves all problems. Smart management was built to surface trends and problems early so operators can fix issues before they show up as lost noise. Marketing, leasing, task prioritization, tenant communication, and accounting all became targets for automation. The goal wasn't to eliminate human judgment but to give operators cleaner data and better visibility so decisions could be made faster. The partnership with Fast proved critical because it married deep technical expertise with lived operational pain. Brian has an extensive and illustrious software engineering background, working with some of the top companies in the world, Bratz says. But what made the collaboration work was Fast's willingness to sit in management meetings and see where the friction actually existed. What emerged was a platform designed around one core principle: radical centralization. Smart management takes every aspect of property management and puts it all under one umbrella so that there's one centralized hub for everyone, literally everyone from the CEO on down to a contractor fixing a hole in the drywall, to communicate and efficiently solve all of the problems that pop up with rental real estate. The result is fewer tabs, fewer subscriptions, and less guessing about whether a former employee has critical information trapped in Gmail. It takes all of the guesswork out of how and where things are communicated and solved, Bratz says. Early adopters have responded strongly to the visibility the platform provides. Many of them have said they didn't realize how fragmented their systems were until everything was finally connected, Bratz notes. The onboarding process focuses on understanding how a portfolio actually operates, aligning on the right KPIs, and helping teams clean up workflows before rolling out the software. Bratz is clear that property management is just the entry point. Our goal is to become the preferred operating platform for owners, operators, investors, and lenders by delivering radical transparency, ease of use, and a design that actually forces better results, he says. As portfolios grow and operations become more complex, the same challenges appear across asset types: lack of visibility, unclear accountability, disconnected systems. Over time, we see smart management expanding beyond property management into additional asset-based verticals where owners need better insight and control without adding more overhead. The long-term ambition is bold. Our aim is to remove as much friction as possible and get the platform to a place where usage can be free, allowing us to positively impact the most users and businesses at scale. Over the next 12 to 18 months, the focus will be on deeper automation, better alerts, and AI-driven tools that help operators spot risks, trends, and inefficiencies earlier without overwhelming them with noise. The goal is steady, intentional growth of the product that continues to solve real problems as portfolios scale, Bratz says. Bratz's background running legacy wealth holdings and coaching entrepreneurs through his Legacy Family Mastermind program has shaped how he approaches building technology. Coaching teaches you very quickly that clarity beats complexity and adoption matters more than features, he says. If people don't understand the tool, they won't use it, and if they don't use it, it doesn't create value. That mindset keeps the team focused on building something operators and teams actually want to log into every day because it helps them do their jobs better. It's a grounded approach in an industry often seduced by feature bloat and buzzwords. Looking ahead, Bratz believes the competitive landscape will increasingly favor operators with clean data and disciplined systems. As margins compress and competition increases, operators with clean data and disciplined systems will outperform those still relying on spreadsheets, disconnected software, and reactive management. Smart management is built to help owners stay in control as they grow without needing to add layers of management or complexity. The ultimate promise: shrinking the gap between what owners think is happening and what's actually happening. When visibility is real, decisions get made faster and problems get addressed earlier. That leads to tighter accountability, fewer costly surprises, and better control of noise as portfolios scale. For Bratz, automation isn't about replacing people. It's about giving them the tools to focus on what actually drives value. Revenue solves all problems, he says. The question is whether your systems are helping you get there or getting in the way.